Dear friends, welcome once again to my channel. It is truly a pleasure to see you here, in this warm and cozy space. I always try to share with you small, yet extremely useful tips to take care of our health, especially as we step past the age of 60, a stage where each day becomes more precious than ever. I would like to ask you a small question. Have you ever felt your steps becoming unsteady? As if you were walking on uneven ground even though the floor is perfectly flat. Perhaps you have hesitated when stepping down from a curb, needed to hold on to the handrail when going up or down the stairs, or even experienced a moment when you nearly fell, causing your heart to skip a beat out of fear. Is this truly just an inevitable consequence of aging, or is there something deeper behind it? According to statistics from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) in the United States, every year millions of people over 60 face the risk of falling, seriously affecting their bone and joint health, blood circulation, and even their confidence in daily life. In reality, the problem of imbalance is not simply a result of aging, but stems from the silent weakening of the body's balance control systems, which actually need to stay flexible every single day. In today's video, I will reveal a simple yet highly effective method that helps to restore balance in just 3 minutes a day, right at home, without the need for a gym, any special equipment, or complicated exercises. Everything is based on reputable research from leading medical organizations such as Harvard Medical School, the NIH, and the Arthritis Foundation. If you are also worried about balance, joint health, or simply want to keep your body flexible after turning 60, do not miss this video. Please leave a comment sharing your age and where you are living, so I know you are joining me on this journey of maintaining health every day. Why do older adults lose balance? When we are young, walking, standing up, turning, or climbing stairs happens as naturally as breathing. Every movement is coordinated smoothly, almost without conscious thought. However, over time, these very ordinary actions gradually become more difficult. We start to grab the handrail when going up or down, carefully watch each step, and sometimes hesitate to stand up suddenly. What has happened to the balance we once had? The answer lies deep inside the body, where 3 extremely important systems quietly work together to keep us standing steady. The first is the vestibular system, located in the inner ear, which helps the brain detect when the body is tilting, rotating, or changing direction. Next is vision, which allows the brain to position the body in space, assess distances, heights, and obstacles around us. Finally, there is proprioception, which includes nerve receptors located in the feet, joints, and muscles that continuously send signals about the position of each part of the body to the brain. According to research from Harvard Medical School, starting from the age of 60, all 3 of these systems begin to weaken gradually. Even more concerning, if these systems are not regularly activated and challenged, they will fall asleep much faster than the natural aging process. This is the reason why many older adults feel that they age faster after long periods of inactivity. Unfortunately, modern lifestyles unintentionally accelerate this weakening. Flat floors, soft sofas, elevators, carpeted surfaces, and the habit of sitting for many hours cause the brain to gradually lose the necessary signals to maintain balance. Even when we walk daily, walking on safe, flat, and challenge-free surfaces is still not enough to fully stimulate the nervous systems to work at full capacity. This is the deeper reason why loss of balance after 60 is not simply due to weakened muscles, but also because the balance control systems in the brain gradually become less sensitive. Understanding balance correctly. Many people, when they start to notice a loss of balance, often believe that they need to exercise harder and strengthen their muscles more in order to stand steady again. They go to the gym, buy expensive exercise equipment, or join complex fitness classes with the hope of regaining mobility as they had in their youth. However, the truth is that regaining balance does not depend entirely on muscle strength, but mainly on the sensitivity of the nervous system that controls balance in the body. The central nervous system and the balance sensory organs operate like a sophisticated machine. As we move, the feet, knees, hips, spine, eyes, and inner ears continuously send hundreds of signals per second to the brain to determine where the body is positioned and how to adjust the center of gravity to avoid falling. If these signals weaken or transmit slowly, even if the muscles are still strong, we can easily lose balance while walking, especially on uneven surfaces. Dr. David Sifu from Virginia Commonwealth University once emphasized that many falls in older adults do not occur because they are weak, but because the nervous system reacts too slowly to adjust posture when the body suddenly shifts its center of gravity. That is why simple exercises that correctly stimulate the sensory nervous system bring much faster results than lifting weights or running. A typical example is Mr. Richard Anderson, who lives in Austin, Texas. After several near falls that made him anxious every time he stepped down from the porch steps, he began practicing sensory nerve stimulation exercises for just a few minutes each day. After only 2 weeks, his ability to maintain balance improved significantly, and his confidence in moving returned without the need for additional support devices. The key here is not heavy training or high frequency, but to send the correct, regular, and diverse signals to the balance control nervous system each day. It is the continuous communication between the body and the brain that is the decisive factor in regaining stability while moving. Even after the age of 60. 3. The 3-minute daily method. After understanding the deeper mechanism behind loss of balance, many of us may wonder whether there is a simple yet effective way to awaken the sensory nervous system that has fallen asleep. The answer is absolutely yes. With just a series of gentle movements lasting about 3 minutes each day, right at home, without any special equipment or the need to travel far, you can achieve this. The first exercise is heel-to-toe walking. Find a flat surface near a wall or table where you can lightly hold on if necessary. Place one foot directly in front of the other, so that the heel of the front foot touches the toes of the back foot. As if you are walking on an invisible rope, take 10 to 15 very slow steps, focusing on feeling each movement of the foot. After that, try walking backward in the same position. This movement helps activate the small muscles in the feet and ankles while sending important signals about the body's center of gravity to the brain. Next is balancing while turning the head. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, near a stable surface you can hold on to. Slowly turn your head to the left, then to the right, holding each side for about 15 to 20 seconds while keeping your body still. This exercise is very helpful because older adults often tend to avoid turning their heads due to fear of dizziness. Gently practicing this movement allows the vestibular system to gradually adapt and readjust stability when the body rotates. The third movement is standing on one foot. Stand near a wall or chair. Shift your weight to one leg. Lift the other leg off the ground about 2 to 5 centimeters and hold the position for 30 seconds. Then switch sides. This exercise forces the sensory nervous system to work at full capacity, continuously adjusting from the ankles, knees, hips, to the spine to keep the body steady. Finally, there is the side-to-side sway combined with brief pauses. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder-width apart. Slowly shift your weight from one side to the other, each time you reach the end of one side. Pause for a few seconds before continuing to the other side. This movement simulates real-life situations when you need to avoid obstacles or maintain balance in a crowd, helping the brain practice how to adjust balance quickly. Throughout the training process, it is important to maintain steady breathing whenever you feel unsteady. Inhale through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. The breathing helps the nervous system relax and easily adjust the signals controlling the body. With just 3 minutes each day, you are providing the sensory nervous system with the necessary stimulation to maintain quick and stable reflexes, opening the door to a safe and natural process of balance recovery for habits that unintentionally destroy balance. Although the 3-minute daily exercises can help awaken the balance control system, there is a sad truth that many unintentional habits in daily life are quietly undermining this progress. Even if you practice diligently, if you do not recognize and adjust these habits, all your efforts can be wiped out after a short time. The first habit is looking down while walking. Many older adults believe that watching their feet as they walk helps prevent tripping. However, this actually has the opposite effect. Constantly looking down shifts the body's center of gravity forward, completely altering the natural balance mechanism. The neck, back, and abdomen no longer coordinate properly, causing the balance control system to become overloaded. The solution is very simple. Keep your chin parallel to the ground and look ahead about 1.5 to 2 meters, allowing the eyes and brain to process the surrounding environment proactively. The second habit is sitting for long periods without getting up to move. According to research from the National Institute on Aging (NIA), every hour of being motionless slows blood circulation, weakens stabilizing muscles such as the glutes and back, and causes the sensory nerves to become lazy due to a lack of feedback signals. The body gradually forgets how to adjust its center of gravity when standing or moving, leading to feelings of unsteadiness when changing positions suddenly. To prevent this, develop the habit of standing up and walking lightly every 30 to 45 minutes. Just a few movements such as standing up, walking in place, or shifting your weight gently are enough to maintain the flexibility of the sensory nervous system. The third habit is overusing fixed supports such as walls, chairs, or handrails. The sense of safety from holding on to something easily makes us avoid challenging the balance system. But if you rely entirely on these supports, the brain will gradually believe that the body cannot stand steadily on its own, thereby reducing reflex speed and the ability to adjust posture in unexpected situations. The way to correct this is to only use supports when absolutely necessary, and practice standing freely for a few seconds each day in a safe place with assistance nearby if needed. These brief moments of practice are far more effective than spending hours clinging to handrails while moving. Mrs. Linda Cooper, 68 years old, living in Seattle, Washington, once shared that after adjusting these 3 seemingly minor habits, combined with the 3-minute daily exercises, she no longer felt unsteady when stepping down the porch steps each morning. Recognizing and adjusting these seemingly harmless habits is the key to strengthening balance each day, making all training efforts more effective, long-lasting, and safer. 5. The importance of recovery during sleep. After the simple yet effective daily exercises, many people often believe that the results are achieved immediately after the workout ends. However, in reality, the body does not become stronger during activity, but rather during rest, especially during nighttime sleep. This is the precious time when cells recover, new neural connections are reinforced, and the entire balance system gradually becomes more responsive. It is important to note that after the age of 60, the body absorbs and metabolizes protein less efficiently. Scientists call this phenomenon anabolic resistance. This means that even if you consume enough protein during the day, the body still struggles to fully utilize this nutrient for the recovery of small muscle groups, especially those that help maintain balance. Fortunately, the solution is very simple. By consuming a small amount of high-quality protein about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime, you provide the body with the necessary materials to regenerate muscle fibers and strengthen the sensory nervous system after each training session. This is the secret that helps the recovery process occur continuously, quickly, and more sustainably. According to recommendations from Harvard Medical School, older adults only need to supplement about 10 to 15 grams of protein to support nighttime muscle regeneration. You do not need to prepare complicated meals. A cup of Greek yogurt, a few spoons of cottage cheese, a boiled egg with half an avocado, or simply a rice cake with almond butter are all easy, quick, and suitable choices. Adding protein before sleep not only helps restore the small muscle groups in the legs, back, and abdomen, but also reduces morning stiffness, improves the speed of nerve reflexes, and helps the brain consolidate newly learned movement patterns from the day. This is the factor that allows you to wake up each morning feeling more stable, with steadier steps, and most importantly, with growing confidence in your movements. 6. The power of small daily persistence. When thinking about improving balance after the age of 60, many people often mistakenly believe that it requires high-intensity training programs, long durations, and intensive support from specialists. However, the reality is completely different. With just small, Simple changes maintained consistently each day. You can rebuild a solid foundation of balance for your body. The most important factor is not the difficulty of the exercise, but the persistence in practicing regularly. Each time you spend 3 minutes a day activating the balanced sensory system, you are sending a powerful message to the brain that the body is still actively maintaining its ability to control movement. These gentle exercises create the necessary neural stimulation, helping to continuously refresh the connections between the brain and the muscle groups. Dr. Samantha Conrad at Mayo Clinic once emphasized that balanceability does not rely solely on muscle strength, but is the result of countless precise neural signals trained through repeated practice. Purposeful repetition is the key to maintaining long-term stability, helping to reduce the risk of sudden falls in everyday situations, such as stepping down from a curb, turning to retrieve something, or stepping over small obstacles in the house. Let us take the example of Mr. James Peterson, 72 years old, living in Boston, Massachusetts. After many years of relying on a cane for support, he decided to try the 3-minute daily method combined with adjusting bad habits. Initially, after just 7 days, he clearly felt the difference. His steps became less unsteady, and his reflex speed when stumbling on the carpet improved. After 2 months of persistence, he was able to confidently walk on uneven roads without needing the cane. The key here is the steady practice of small movements combined with adjusting daily habits and supporting proper recovery during sleep. Each action may seem simple, but when accumulated over time, they create great results, helping you regain confidence in movement and fully enjoy every moment of life in your later years. Looking back on the entire journey of balance recovery, what surprises many people the most is not the difficulty of the exercises, but the tremendous power that comes from small but persistent daily actions. With just 3 minutes of simple practice, combined with adjusting a few seemingly harmless daily habits, you can regain stability, confidence, and safety in every step, even after crossing the age of 60. The wonderful thing about this method is that you do not need expensive equipment, complicated classes, or complex medical support. You can completely practice on your own at home, at any convenient time during the day, even for just a few short minutes. This flexibility makes it easy for everyone to maintain the routine for a long time without feeling pressured or exhausted. Loss of balance is not a sentence that comes with aging, but simply a sign that the motor control nervous system needs to be awakened again. Each time you perform the 3-minute exercise, each time you adjust your posture while walking, each time you get up to move after sitting for a long time, and each light protein portion you take before sleeping, you are laying another small brick to rebuild a solid foundation for your movement health. The National Institute on Aging has repeatedly emphasized that the risk of falling not only threatens physical health, but also severely affects mental well-being, reduces quality of life, and diminishes the independence of older adults. But when you actively practice and take care of yourself properly, you are gradually regaining control over your own body, maintaining independence in every daily activity. If you have ever felt worried when stepping down a curb, hesitant when crossing the street, or uncomfortable when moving through a crowd, today is the time for you to change it all. Start today. Spend 3 minutes each day on the balance restoration exercise, combined with small adjustments in daily habits and nutrition. By maintaining this routine, you will soon realize that aging does not mean helplessness. Instead, it is a stage where you continue to live strong, healthy, and full of confidence with every steady step you take.